And we're on air. Greetings, everybody. Thank you for coming out. If you're watching us live, welcome, welcome. And if you're watching the recording, that's okay too. There'll be, if you're on our page or wherever you are, there'll be a link below to get in touch with us. I think that's all I want to start with. I'm Susan Bachelder, in case you don't know me, and I'm here with none other than the Tammy Montgomery. Hi, Tammy.
Hey, Susan. How's it going tonight?
Awesome. Awesome. I'm kind of excited tonight because Tammy and I have taken a space away from doing our topic value-based focused hangouts for a bit, for a little while. We've been doing lots of live streaming over on Blab. Come find us over there if you haven't connected with us. It's fun. It's fast-paced. Other people can jump on. And it's just really great. But sometimes for some focuses, there's a really good purpose in recording a topic-focused, value-based hangout. So here we are tonight, and I love our topic. So is Tammy. It's kind of centered around a lot of everything that we do, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited about tonight. Yeah, because we're usually blabbing, and it's a little bit of a different kind of feel.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit random, a whole lot of fun. But we're going to start off anyway, a little bit more on the serious side tonight, because I think that some people miss this and some people just don't really get the huge value of it. So I think it's really important. So what we're talking about is the 8 key benefits with big ticket marketing and sales. And the reason why I am so excited about, well, first of all, is just because it all makes sense. Each one of these 8 points really makes sense to me. But I waited for quite a few years before I started with formally with a big ticket program, because I was specifically looking, but I had specific things that I wanted in place before I started working with them. And I'm super happy personally. I have to brag about this, but I am absolutely thrilled that I did wait. I think I made a very good decision to do big ticket alongside Tammy. There's no one else that I would rather make these kind of sales and do this kind of business with. Her expertise is, in my opinion, unmatched. So listen closely to what she has to say. This is her specialty, and she has a lot to offer you. So that's how I wanted to start, and then we can get right into the points and just let you share your big value with this.
Cool. Wow. Well, thank you, Susan. And it really feels like we're just like back home, like we're like hanging out again, like how we met. So it's kind of cool tonight to be able to do this. So yeah, I'll do my best to, to present what I feel is just life-changing income and life-changing lifestyles. You know what I mean? So when I first kind of started looking at programs, I always say, you want to take a look at the compensation program, the plan. So we kind of go through the 3 steps. I'm going to go through those a little bit. I'll just maybe back up a little bit and talk about why I love big ticket and why I think it's something that everybody should have in their portfolio, so to speak. So can you see me okay? Because it's like weird. I'm on my laptop. I'm not used to it. And it's kind of like jiggy day tonight. It's really weird.
I think the setup and the lighting is really good, Tammy. And I can hear you. Good. My microphone isn't buzzing like it was in that one hangout, is it?
Yeah, and I'm disappointed because I got this new Yeti and everything like that for our stuff. So I can't use that tonight, even though I could pretend like it's still next to me. Anyway, just backing up a little bit, just with my my experience in the mortgage broker and real estate industry, I was used to nice hunks of money at a time. So when I came online and I started looking at all these different programs, I'm like, oh my gosh, how do people actually survive? Like, how do they survive when they have an ad that they're placing or advertising that they're running, but they're only making like 50 to 100 bucks per sale? So how does that compute with the ROI? You know what I'm saying? And Susan, you know me, I'm a numbers person when it comes to money. And, so I hate to see the fact that And there's a place for the lower ticket programs, don't get me wrong, because we have our own that we created. But I'm saying, like, if you want to pay up on your bills, kind of, or if you want to take a nice vacation, whatever it is that you desire, you have to have chunks of money coming in. So you have to have money from anywhere between $500 all the way up to, well, we have now a level of $22,000. So that's kind of one of the things is, you know, less sales, more money. It's actually number one on our list that we're going to talk about tonight, right? So it doesn't take that many big ticket sales in order to make $10,000 a month. And when people say, and they come to me and say, hey, Tammy, I want to make $10,000, what would you suggest? And I honestly, Susan, I tell them, especially a new person, I tell them coming in, you should be in a big ticket. Because if you're going to market and advertise, right, and you're going to spend that time and that effort, you may as well on a big ticket item. And again, I'm just, you know, I'm putting it out there that honestly, it's really what got me going in this industry was big ticket. And it's the cool part about it is we now have financing available, whereas back then I was creative and I borrowed money and sold stuff and, you know, all that kind of stuff that I needed to do, you know, to get that $3,000 put together to send off my money to my sponsor. So it's kind of evolved since I joined. Of course, we have Hangouts now, we have team trainings, and we have labs that we do together. So it's kind of evolved in a really neat kind of package, in my opinion, now with what we have, you know, for our big ticket programs. You know what I mean? We have more resources and training that anyone could possibly handle. We have so many places that, you know, I did a video today because I was like, hey, you know, just to point out the fact that we can outsource our ads. I mean, talk about time freedom, right? Susan, today you and I had 30, 40 leads coming through our sales funnel, and we didn't even, I was at the park walking, right, doing my normal walk, and you were doing what you do. So that's the cool part about it. And my daughter's bringing in my coffee. Thank you, honey. Hey, you know, it's real. We're real stay-home moms. Appreciate it. So McDonald's though tonight, Susan, not Tim's.
Oh, that's all right. I actually like McDonald's coffee.
Good. Well, the Tim Hortons is way too far, so I told her, you know, don't drive too far tonight, hon. So anyway, she just went to the local McDonald's. But, you know, that's the cool part is, you know, to have the big ticket sales flowing in. And, yeah, we enjoy the big ticket money, don't we, Susan?
Absolutely.
Since we met, you know, I think it was May, actually, when we started working together.
Yes.
So, and we started working together on big ticket.
Yeah.
You kind of fell in love with it too.
I absolutely did. And I knew, I absolutely knew that I would. I knew that it's what I wanted, but I was looking for a few specific things, and I'm very choosy about who I work with. So I'm happy to be here. And I'll just maybe tell a little bit of a history, because the big ticket sales that I made before the one program that I was in, there was multiple small ticket products on the entryway that people would come through to. And so by the time they, you know, the next product, or it made sense for them to buy the high ticket, which was, there was a $3,500 one and then a $5,000 one. Sometimes they were either already so lost and frustrated because they had worked through the small parts first, or they just didn't have the mindset for it. It was just a different setup. So I just like that it's a higher value, and it's perceived that way. It's presented that way right off the beginning, and that's where you start. So, yeah.
Exactly.
I think this way makes more sense, because those sales, well, they were hard to get. They were hard to get.
Sometimes a $25 sale or $100 sale is actually harder to get than a $500 sale. It's kind of strange. But that's the way. That's what I've found in my, you know, experience in signing up people. And I think to date, because, you know, I like to build lists and even like little checklists and things like that. I think I counted over 302 member to member people in like around the 12-month period.
And
So
that's impressive.
That's pretty cool when you think that I don't spend like a 40-hour work week doing this.
Right.
You know, we usually have, you and I usually take off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then we start again on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it's pretty cool, and we can take off whenever we want, whenever we want. So that's the cool part. And yeah, the perceived value is honestly in tools. I've always looked for tools for internet marketers, and always done really well with tools or leads or the solution of, you know, lead generation. So that's always another part of what I look for in those three things.
Exactly. So I really like it when you explain to people those three things. And then I also like chiming in after the fact. There's three questions that everybody has, and maybe you, as you're watching, you have these three questions and you might not even know it. And then so that we can help you speak to your prospects, we want you to be aware of these questions so that you can answer them before they become an obstacle or before your prospect even asks them. And these questions are, does it work? Will it work for me? And can I do what it takes? So if you instantaneously answer those questions, and we don't even think through the three questions anymore, but Tammy and I both automatically answer those questions in almost all of our content, don't we, Tammy?
Yeah, we do.
We show you that it works. We show you that it will work for you. You can absolutely do it. And we have all the support and the resources to show you how to do it. And yeah, we just take care of those questions so that they're really the only obstacle is your decision.
Exactly. Do you want me to go through the three things?
Yes, please.
I kind of did one of them, didn't I, already?
Yeah, yeah, you did.
Yeah, the lead generation part of it. The very first thing is, of course, the money. You know, that's why we're here. That's how, you know, the world revolves, is around money, right? So what you want to look at, and there's been compensation plans where I've been in with 100% commission, just like you have, Susan. But the one in particular that my favorite one is like a one-up compensation plan. And the thing about it is it's kind of like a training sale. So you almost get like two payments from the same person. But it really breaks down to member, and nothing wrong with if you're in a program that you're getting paid by the company. But for me personally, just because I'm kind of a control freak, not a freak, but I'm saying I like to have control of my money, is the member. So you can take payment by, and it's not cash gifting, because we're not talking about cash gifting here. We're talking about real value-based products. So whenever I say member to member, everybody automatically is like, is this cash gifting? No. You can have a credit card. You know, you can take credit cards. Everybody loves plastic, especially to leverage themselves into a business. You can also take money grams, bank wires. So it literally goes to you. And that's the cool part about it. And so you don't have the company waiting, you don't have to wait for your company to actually send you the check. So that's definitely one. The second one is obviously you want the system, a good converting system, a good converting webinar, and a good converting capture page, which Susan is extremely, what's the word? I'm trying to think of the word here. Particular as far as making sure that the system is always converting. We have special capture pages for the team, and that usually helps conversions a lot better. So let's see. You still see me okay, Susan?
Yes.
Okay. I can't see you, but that's okay. I will still keep talking. This is weird on my laptop tonight. I don't know what the deal is. But as long as you can keep seeing me and hearing me, I guess we're cool.
Yes, I can.
Okay, cool. So that's kind of what I look for, and the thing is like I try to, just because of my experience, just tell people that that's what other people are looking for. So I always plug myself into those systems, a webinar that does all the telling and selling. And the other cool part about it, the one we work with, Susan, is callback team. A callback team, because a lot of times people, they don't have the experience that you and I do, and they're not wanting or willing to get on the phone, or they're just simply too busy during the day. So So that's the cool part about the one that we work with is the callback team, having an assistance, having that person respond to a prospect. It's really cool to have that feature. And when I first started with my first big, I don't know about you, Susan, but I had to do all my calls. Did you have to do all your calls?
I had to do all my calls. And you know what? That's the thing that made me the most nervous, and probably where I left a lot of money on the table, was having no clue how to reel in or close the sale. I had no clue.
Yeah.
So I think that is just, it's a huge support that's invaluable.
Exactly. And I mean, there's been many times where, I get a text. In fact, I got a text tonight, and it's actually a friend of yours too, a mutual friend. And, I said, hey, I'm here too to support the team. And it's just because I kind of know how to, lead people to the sign up page, so to speak, and to get them in there, to get them to close. So I'm here as a support, once you join Susan and I, and we can discuss that, as far as the levels and everything like that. But yeah, we just wanted to give a general overview tonight to just kind of let you know that big ticket money will really change your life and your lifestyle. I'm kind of hooked on it. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, I'm absolutely hooked on it as well. And one other thing I'd like to highlight before we actually go through all the 8 benefits, just quickly, I would also like to point out that Tammy and I we're here to stay. So this isn't you're going to join your sponsor and then they flip off and go someplace else or switch plans or whatever. When we bring people in, we literally welcome them with open arms, and you're a part of us, and we're both here. So you have not just one sponsor, but 2. We have different strengths. And yet we overlap. So we are here to help you and just essentially make sure that you get figured out and get your foundation set and get started. So I just really wanted to highlight that as well.
Exactly. And something we have been doing for a while, and it's amazing all these different testimonials now that we have, but we essentially give, it depends on the level, of course, and of course, contact me after this hangout so you can discuss it with me. But we actually give, and this is something that other big ticket sponsors do not do. We give one-on-one coaching. We just got off of a one-on-one coaching call for 2 of our clients that actually work the business together. So it's really cool. So if you guys are watching, we enjoy the sessions with you. But that's one thing that I wished I would have had when I joined my big ticket program and I sent off the $3,000 and see you later. I didn't have anything except for a members area in the back office. So that's something I think that we separate ourselves, and I'm not trying to brag or anything like that or boast tonight, but I'm just saying that's something that we decided together that we would do because we want duplication, like Susan just said. We want people to do what we're doing and create that community. And so we have these people that are now giving us and sending us videos of testimonials for our coaching and our mentoring. And just to quickly say this before you go into the 8 steps, Susan, is if you are in another big ticket, which I've talked to 2 people that are actually in another big ticket right now, and you want our coaching and mentoring, we do that too. You don't have to join us in our existing big ticket in order to get that assistance. So I had to say that in there, Susan.
Yeah. Well, we essentially set up all the options so that whatever works for you, we'll make it work. We just want to help you fill in your missing pieces and connect the dots so that you can move forward.
Exactly.
That's really, when it comes right down to it, that's our specialty.
That's correct. Absolutely.
Okay, so let's get into these points. Number 1, huge key benefit of big ticket: less money and more money. Less sales, and more money equals financial freedom. So less number of sales that you have to make to create more money, and you reach your financial freedom sooner. I kind of bumbled that, but did I get the point across?
No, it's perfect.
It must be this happy face sweater, right?
Making you silly tonight?
Yeah.
I can't see the smiley face, just so you know.
Oh, you can't? Oh, bummer.
Oh, darn it.
And at the bottom, it even says right on the sweater, "I am happiness." Okay, so number 2, the money is on the inside of the circle. So in other words, that's what we kind of talked about, right? It's the cultivating the community, and once you get inside you bring other people, you bring your prospects into the inside of your circle as they see your offer, and that first they're uncommitted. You bring them in, you warm them up, and that's one of the things that we really teach you how to do is cultivate that and help people bring them closer to the center of the circle. And that's what you do to invite them in and convert them to a sale. Is that warming up process, right?
Mm-hmm.
Building the know, like, and trust, branding yourself. And that process is the same, just as Tammy mentioned, with small ticket, with $25 sales, $100 sales, or big ticket sales. It's the same process. So why not at the end, when you convert them to a sale, make a big ticket sale?
Exactly.
Which leads to number 3, your net profit is substantially higher. And especially when you're dealing with 100% commissions. So you just do the math. Traffic and time spent advertising is the same for both. Your cost profit ratio changes hugely, dramatically with big ticket. It doesn't matter when you're doing paid traffic or whether you're doing free traffic. The time and the money spent is the same whether you're advertising for a $25 sale or a $2,000 sale. Interesting when you really think about it.
It really is.
It's one of those things, like Tim said the other day, once you go to that point, you can't go back.
No. It's very hard to go back. You get very used to the chunks of money of,
Yeah, like are we ever going to hustle for a $25 sale again?
No.
And then number 4, we touched on it in a couple different angles, but big ticket products have a higher perceived value. And with a higher perceived value, you're going to attract different people. It's a whole kind of different energy and mentality. It's pretty cool.
Very true. In fact, the $25 people are a lot more of I won't say it live. But they can be a problem as opposed to someone that's sending you 500 to, you know
they're
what I'm
serious.
saying?
They're committed. They're serious.
Mm-hmm. They're serious. They're going to hunker down and they're going to be sticky like you've used in the past.
Yeah. Number 5, the people who step into the center of the circle will be, well, we just really said that. That's how natural these benefits are. They roll into each other. They will be more committed to stay and take action and benefit from the products, your service, your training, the whole community. Then the community and the atmosphere builds. Everybody gets to know each other, and it's just super cool.
Yes.
Number 6, big ticket customers shift onto your most valuable clients list. Again, that leads all into it. Once you connect with them and they're spending that much money, and then if you do deliver a good presentation, sales, that community, the know, like, and trust, they're loyal and they'll buy from you again. In specific to you, Tammy, how many of your members stay with you and they buy? And where are you going, Tammy? Yeah, I'm coming with you.
Yes.
Right?
Many people.
Prime example. Because they've made a conscious decision. That's a big decision to buy a big ticket product. So they've already made a solid decision and they're going to stick with you. And we also, I love this one. And this is Tammy's words that I took when I wrote this point. Once you develop a big ticket mindset, you can do anything.
You really can. Yeah, I like the big ticket mindset. I look at it like you like it.
I love it.
I get pretty much everybody hooked on it once they get a taste for that $1,000 coming to them, or that $2,000 coming to them, or whatever, it's like, wow, okay, cool,
Right.
And like you say, the return on your investment. I mean, you can do the math, like you
Yeah.
say.
And that's a great one to like for the final one. It's just that simple. You do the math. The return on the investment is just astounding. So it becomes worth all the work, all the grinding, all the extra hours that you have to do for training to upgrade, because I mean you do have to upgrade your knowledge to be able to do anything well. So
Absolutely.
it just becomes all worth all the time and everything because your return on investment is much higher.
Yes, exactly. And I've seen more team members want to help their team. Like, in other words, Susan, like obviously you and I help each other, but what I've seen is my big ticket team members want to help their team members. And I don't get as many calls, like, sponsor calls, like off of the $20, $25 ticket. I mean, in other words, if they're getting paid that $500 to $1,000, they're going to make sure that person's happy. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, the duplication is going to go down further. Whereas if you're, and I've seen this because I was in MLMs too, and I'm not knocking MLMs. I've made a lot of money in MLMs. I was top sponsor in MLM in 2013. So I'm not knocking them at all. I don't know why I ever tried it, but I did, just to see if the grass was greener on the other side. But I'm just saying, the stickability, the people that are, sorry, I'm trying to adjust my computer so it looks better, like I'm centered better. But yeah, the money that you make, and like I said, $500, $1,000, you get 6 or 7 of those in a month and you're at 10 grand. It just really is hard to get that many people in an MLM to get to $10,000 a month. Because I've tried it.
I did too.
I thought, you know what, if I can do this with big ticket, it's gonna be so simple. If it's gonna be a smaller amount of money, I'm just gonna get thousands in there, right? And it didn't happen. I'm like, where's everybody? I thought because it was a lower ticket item that I would get tons and tons of more people, but that's not the case. It's an odd, it's an anomaly, isn't it? It's like, doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't make sense. But
a lot of people think, hey, if I have a $200 program or a $100 program or whatever, or I'm going to make $70 off of this MLM, then that means a lot more people are going to join me because the price point's lower. Not necessarily. No, because like I said, I've ventured into that space, and yes, residual is great. I'm not saying residuals. Of course, residual is great, and everybody wants residual. But the cool part about it is when you have a business model like this, you can create passive. Like, there's so many times when I get a team member's sale, pass up, or you know what I'm saying, with these structures.
yeah.
So a lot more often than the MLM duplicating. So, for whatever reason.
Absolutely.
And again, back to because they've got skin in the game.
Exactly. Lots of skin in the game, and they're serious. And when the products themselves are such value-based that they teach you how to do other sales, how to create content, how to market yourself. There's even some training on how to do paid webinars. So it expands your options so much that you can create residual income in another way and still have your big ticket offer for people who that is their shtick. There's that word again.
Oh no. There's that word to haunt me. No, I'm okay with that word, I think. I still can't say it, but
sorry, I did that on purpose. I wanted to get you one.
Yeah, you got me. That triggered another emotion. Yeah. Funny.
So, do we have any
Boy, we got through that pretty seriously.
I know, and I'm so happy with it.
How did that happen? Like, we didn't even bust out. You know, when it comes to money, like, what, we argue about it, right? That's what you tell.
We do. We argue about money.
And they're probably thinking in their mind, okay, I can see that. Two women arguing about money.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
It really is that easy. Like, the benefits are so huge that if you have a learning curve, it's worth it to push on and get past us. And we're not exaggerating. It's not hype. We have everything all laid out to support you when you come in with us. So. Yeah,
and I think we created that because we didn't have that, right, Susan? I mean, we didn't have the step-by-step instructions like, okay, this is how you get your sales funnel set up. This is who you go to for a merchant account. This is how you take payment in. This is, you know what I'm saying? Like, literally every step that I had to figure out, and I just had like a piece of paper that was given to me, to be honest, when I started, you know? So I was like, And then I wish I would have had the same traffic sources that have been around for years that we now have and share with our team members. In fact, the last person we talked to with coaching, they said, can this be given out? And we're like, no, it can only be given out to team members. So if you want the resources that we have, you have to join us in order to find the traffic strategies.
Yeah, so. Exactly. And there's a fit for everyone. Mm-hmm. So whatever kind of personality you are or what fits for you or your budget, we've got all the options that we can help you decide which one is best to start with, to scale up with, whichever fits.
Exactly. I was just checking. I was just thinking, I'm just going to say live right now, we've had over 55 leads or something like that today while we're just out, you know, basically taking care of family. And I took a long 5-mile walk today around the track. And
very cool.
Yeah. So you can have this automated and you can have it for lifestyle, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. You set it up. The system does all the sifting, sorting, selling, and telling for you. And you intervene, you watch it, maybe test it, tweak it some in between. And then at the end, you just help either reel them in, make sure that they do get in touch with their callback, or refer them to talk to Tammy or I and tell them how you want to transfer payment.
Exactly. Yeah, it's about as simple as that gets. I mean, I get texts. We get texts a lot. It's the texting society nowadays. But, you know, I still like to hear people's voice before I, you know, enroll them. You know, that's just me. I'm old fashioned. What can I say? If someone's texting me, I'm like, hey, you want to chat for a second? I'm free, you know?
Yeah. Well, I don't get as many texts because I've got the border barrier.
Right. You get more phone calls.
Yeah. If they do want to text me, I've got this little text program, but it's a different phone number then. So I get more emails or phone calls, which is fine. So in other words, whatever works for you, and you just make that work.
Exactly.
Or like last night, you had been speaking with someone beforehand, and then because we have the live streaming blabs and people can jump on, he just came on and jumped on, and the conversation continues. So we are very accessible, very, very accessible.
Yeah, that's the cool part about it. I mean, I don't know. Can you tell if anyone has any questions right now, Susan, on a Hangout? I forget. That's how long it's been since we've done one.
Yeah, I know. And I typically set it up so that we can, but today I did not set up so that there's any comments or anything, because I was so focused on just delivering our value, recording our value, that no, I don't. But they can get in touch with it. There's a link below on the page.
Oh, that's right.
If they're on the hangoutwithmentors.com page, there's a link below, and then you'll come in through our funnel. You'll have all of our contact information. So yeah, just do that. And if you're watching the recording, I might have placed some comments below that we'll watch for. But you can find us. Tammy Montgomery, Susan Bachelder, Unstoppable Mamas. You can find us.
Yes. We're on Facebook too.
Yep. We're everywhere.
We're like everywhere.
Somebody said that, right? You guys are everywhere. Yeah.
We're everywhere. That's what they say.
Facebook, Twitter, Blab, Instagram, email, phone, texting, Skype.
Is there any other way they can possibly get a hold of us? Don't say Google Plus, because I'm not on there much. But it's yeah, you're right, Susan. I mean, I give my cell phone out right as soon as they opt into the site. So
yeah, it's easy as that.
Pretty cool.
So we'll see you in our next video, in our next Blab. It's Wednesday today. We're on Blab. If you don't know the site, blab.im. Just come find us. We're there every Thursday at noon. So we will be there tomorrow at noon, Tuesdays at 10 p.m. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Any closing thoughts, Tammy?
Well, I do have to say one thing.
Okay.
I have some bonuses.
Uh-oh.
So I'm the bonus queen, right? So if anyone wants to connect with me tonight, definitely want to do so. I mean, it's October 7th. We're staring smack dab in the middle of what I call the eye of the hurricane right now, the busy season. October, especially towards the middle to end of October, it gets really, really busy. So if you want to get set up and you want your business to be set up lifestyle-wise, is what I'm trying to say, then connect with me tonight. Or tomorrow. Let's see, it's 9:43. I'm a night owl, so I still got to do my nighttime walk. But you know what? Call me. It doesn't matter. I've actually put a lot of people in on that track down there, Susan, while I'm walking. So you can text me or call me, and I have some really, really good bonuses tonight. So I did want to say that because, like I said, it's the busy time of year. Everybody's looking for extra income for the holidays, and it's my favorite time of year. So I just had to say that in closing. Of course, connect with me for some awesome bonuses.
There you go. So make sure that you opt in below, see all of what we have to offer, and call her.
Yeah, I don't bite. Not hard anyway. Definitely. So that was awesome, Susan. I enjoyed this. It was really fun to be able to get back on the Hangout. It's different than the Blab.
I did too. I don't know. It's kind of like my home platform still. I like it.
Yeah, it just felt really like, we came back home again.
Yeah. So
for a little while.
We might be doing this once a week again. Just watch for us. We'll let you know what we're up to. Always something, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, one more thing. Yeah, the busy months, I always try to have a Saturday call alternate. On a Saturday at noon, I'll do a live member to member, call. Because I'm good on calls, like better on calls. And then Susan got me in the habit of doing these Hangouts, and now I'm hooked on these video Hangouts and labs and stuff. But I still think people, like the calls. So I've had some people ask me, are you going to start up your training calls again? And yes, I will do that, but it's every other Saturday because we are so transparent and live like 3 times or 4 times a week, right?
Yeah,
Susan. So, but I will start that up again probably starting next Saturday. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. And just watch your emails because it's always planned ahead. So Tammy will send an email if on the Saturdays that she's doing that.
Exactly.
I won't. Just so you know, I won't be doing the calls. Calls are not my thing.
Nope, calls are not your thing.
I mean, I've come on when Tammy asked me to, and I'll speak if you ask me to, because I rarely ever say no. But it's not my thing.
See, you got me convinced to get on these.
But you should do it though. You should do the calls.
I do like doing calls. They're fun. I like hearing the voices back and then the questions back to me. I'm very much a interactive person when it comes to on the phone. Oh, we should mention about November 7th. We are going to have a 2 p.m. lab too tomorrow, aren't we? I was thinking.
Yes.
For the event.
Yeah. We're blabbing twice again tomorrow.
Twice again tomorrow. So we're going to be talking about the live event that we have in November 7th.
Yeah. Come meet us in person, intimate setting, all access pass to our brains, our knowledge, our story, our how-to, our guidance.
That's what we got to do on the next hangout is our story.
Yes. Yeah.
Because we all have a story.
We all have a story. Yeah. And our story should be told.
Absolutely.
Okay. So good night now.
Yeah, I think we're done. Good night, everyone. Thanks for coming if you're listening to us live. And if you're listening to this recording, definitely get in touch with us. Have a great evening.
Bye. Thanks, Tammy.
Thank you, Susan.